Hi there, yes. So it is very stressful for many of us. Indeed, I feel stressed, but it's important for me to make these videos because um, if I know something that will help us to fight the conditioning, the kind of habits that is preventing us from making progress, then we must present on those things. We are conditioned by the society that we're living in due to the poor theory that we are following, and that is survival of the fittest. No matter who we are, no matter which organization or leadership position that we belong to, the theory that we follow will determine the consequences. So survival of the fittest breeds its own consequence, and equal survival opportunity have its own consequence. I don't want to talk too much about that, but I just want to reflect on what our honorable minister would have said. Yes, she would have honestly pointed out that we need persons like religious leaders and police to help to take control over our schools. Our schools are getting out of hand, yes, and but the thing is, as I said, no matter who you are in this world, whether you find yourself in the category of the laymen, the normal workers, and the officers, and so on, you might find yourself as a leader, or you might be working in government, or you might be in a high position. All our mindset is conditioned by the theory that we follow. So in other words, if we don't change the theory, we cannot expect ourselves to see a change or to perceive a change. What do we have to do? We cannot be able to answer that question because we are conditioned. At the base of actually I'll just stick to the point, right? I don't want to give a general no perception, but yes, this came about because there's so many violence in school right now, right? The children are really stressed. There's so much violence, and we want to know the way to go. We want to know the way to go. And the way to go definitely doesn't have to do with current or conditioned approaches. We don't want these conditioned approaches anymore. This world is evolving in a way that is going to help us to get some good ideas. And personally for me, I take advantage of the wonderful developments in this world as it relates to the role of humane conduct in making Guyana and the world at large a better place. Yes, humane conduct. We are human beings. Therefore, if we act in humane way, we're gonna make some progress. Of course, we have to address our habits. And if we act in an inhumane way, most likely that is what is happening, and that is causing us to have so much of problems and compromising the lives of our children. So what is it exactly that we are dealing with here? We want to take back our schools, and for us to take back our schools and basically take back society, yes, it's not a problem, it's not a education problem, as I said. We have to go back to the root. The root of all problems lies with the people, because together we rise, together we fall. And the practice of the people in upholding humane conduct is the focal point. If people cannot if we cannot express and practice our humane nature, then we are not going to make any progress. So what exactly I'm talking about? Well, again, as I mentioned, I am happy to that this is all happening where we learn what is human nature. So many things are happening in many parliaments all over the world that talks about human nature and the importance of avoiding the slaughter, mutilation of innocent animals and eating their body parts. We want to be human in this beautiful land of Guyana, where there's so much of potential for fruits, vegetables, and herbs, yet we find ourselves encroaching and destroying, or you can say not practicing human nature. And that is why the reason, that is the exact reason. Yes, sorry about that. I had to take a pause. Right. Yeah, so where was I? Yes, we have to, okay, basically violence breed violence. Alright? Violence breed violence. Non-violence breeds non-violence. Right? If we uphold human nature, then we have humanity. So we must, humane means to practice feelings and freedom. Yes? That's what humane means. Humane means to uphold feelings and freedom for all life. So if you want to get back our schools, not only our schools, but the entire society, it comes in a package. It's not a, this system has a problem and the other system doesn't have that level of problem, that we cannot put it on the same level. All systems have the same problem because it all comes from people. It all comes from not practicing human nature. That's where all problems come from. So the tendency to actually to group off, this is educational problems and stuff, health problems, and we have to take back this take our schools back and this kind of thing. It's a symptom of conditioning. Definitely is a symptom of conditioning, and it's also a symptom where a situation or conditioning where we cannot see the bigger picture and understand that all institutions, all the systems of society, they're all suffering, or they're all in compromise, so to speak, in compromise or some problems because of the same principle, right? This is called resolute thinking. Resolute thinking means to see every single thing as connected, that if there is a root cause, right, then the root cause should affect all of these things. And we should not single out particular entities, whether systems or education or health. Do not single out anything. First of all, ensure that we get the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is that without through a plant-based diet, avoiding, avoiding the slaughter of innocent animals, we will always first of all, compromise our perception and practice that compromised perception everywhere we go. That's why these days people don't hesitate to hurt another, because it is our conditioned perception, our faulty perception, due to the practice of some inhumane activity. And it must be tied into these animals that we are killing, because violence breeds violence. If we embark on a diet that is plant-based, full of fruits, vegetables, and herbs, then we will be making progress, because non-violence breeds non-violence. If, of course, you might ask yourself, how is this going to happen? Well, you might want to reach a few people who are the rare people who are plant-based and who have the interest, and ask and see their perceptions, and you will find that because such people, they uphold feelings and freedom for all life, they can see the reason why people should cooperate, why people should be self-sufficient, why people should be contented. They have the reason. So because they practice this, and guess what? We all practice this in some way or the other. So we should listen to ourselves. Anytime we ask ourselves, why do we have to, or how to help society, or any kind of thing like this, we just ask ourselves this question and allow your natural intuition to take over. And our intuition will tell us that, you know what? The more you have feelings for another, the more you will have interest to make sure that there is a bond between people. Because feelings is a force. If you have feelings within your heart, then you have the force for change. So, if you violate feelings, then you violate the force. There's no force, and you just go with the flow of whatever contemporary um, uh, you know, relative remedy that is there. So the remedies are all over the place. There's so many systems to deal with the artificial solutions. So many things, and when the artificial solutions become frustrated, then we may ask the question, what exactly are we missing? So yeah, so I just want to ensure that you understood what I've said, and basically, of course, I'm saying that we should not find ourselves irresolute. We try to be resolute. Resolute means what our thoughts should be like a tree, right? We should see all of the negative outcomes as connected to survival of the fittest theory, and which manifests as inhumane conduct, violating feelings, and the other tree, or the other organization of understanding, comes under equal survival opportunity, where you uphold feelings and freedom for all life. So we should always try to have this organization within our head, and have faith that the more we practice feelings, the more force there will be for change, the more force there will be for cooperation, self-sufficiency, and contentment. So yeah, so I'm doing this to as a little service, as a teacher, um, to what our honorable minister would have put forward. Yes, this is very important, and I'm also, you know, I'm suggesting that we generalize what we are doing. We always try to see, if there is, you know, all of the pieces of the puzzle, we must see as going to, it has a location in the puzzle board, right? You don't want to take this piece and say, oh my goodness, we have this is falling apart, and this is one piece. You try to understand, what, you're dealing with a puzzle, and you need to relate every piece to the bigger puzzle board. So you have to relate every single thing, whether education, health, systems, to the bigger picture, which is equal survival opportunity by practicing feelings and freedom for all life. Thank you.